I'm Aimee Bushman, and I am the Park Ranger Supervisor for Richmond Parks. The Park Ranger, or as we're calling it, the Urban Ranger program for Richmond Parks, is brand new to the city. We have, since the pandemic, more foot traffic than ever, especially throughout the James River Park system. In JRPS alone, we have over 2 million visitors each year. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of questions. That's a lot of need for resources. And so the Urban Ranger program will rise up and meet that need, make sure that all visitors feel supported and ensure that they have a great time here. I've had a long career working in water quality and conservation nonprofits. I started off in Petersburg working with the lowest income neighborhood to develop a quality of life plan around more access to green spaces in the Appomattox River. I then moved on to the Chesapeake Bay Foundation, where I got to work with many, many grassroots communities and a whole diversity and spectrum of residents here in the Richmond area advocating for improved water quality and better access to green spaces as well. From there, I realized I caught the itch and I got a master's degree in water resource management. And so I was able to learn more about the importance of elements like urban tree canopies and why they're important for not only quality of life, but public health, happiness. It's so clear that access to green spaces is so important for your quality of life. And then from there, I worked for a nonprofit in Massachusetts where I worked with a huge coalition to advocate for better data to facilitate stakeholder engagement around decisions that they make around the Northern Atlantic. And so I started from a tiny river in Virginia to the Chesapeake Bay watershed, and then I moved on to an ocean. Throughout the entire time, all I really wanted to do was just come home and focus on the James River, which is the place where my passion for access to green spaces and parks and water quality began. While my background is science and environmental education based, the way that all manifests here in the James River Park system in Richmond is how we use the river. We all know the James River has world-class rapids. It's a fantastic place to go kayaking, to go fishing. How we use the river manifests in a whole spectrum of different ways. And so the Urban Ranger program is here to support the way that we recreate here on the James River. And namely, it's river safety. We have a lot of pros here in the city, but we also have a lot of people who are new to recreating on the river. And so one way that the Urban Ranger program will be really important for this park in particular is making sure that we're all just being safe and that we're all aware of the resources you need to make sure that you have a great and safe day on the river. Another way that the Urban Ranger program will be developed here is how can the park rangers be a problem solver for you? Are you seeing anything happening in the parks that needs addressing, that needs a solution? Do you see activity that's happening that doesn't adhere to James River Park system rules or leave no trace ethics? So we will have some enforcement abilities here in the Urban Ranger program at JRPS, but hands down, the main approach is going to be education in terms of what the rules are and why we ask people to practice those rules. What are leave no trace principles? Why are they important here? Asking first, educating first is the real true heart of this program. I think the park system in Richmond, especially the James River Park system, is so unique and special to this city. The first reason I can think of is it's right in the middle of the city. We have this incredible historic river with amazing flora and fauna and fascinating geological features running right through the heart of the city. I've been so lucky throughout my career to be able to see so many absolutely beautiful places in nature. And I've been able to hone my skill sets and learn as my career progressed, but all the while, no matter where I was, I would always think of home and how the James River was doing and how the sturgeon are doing and how the James River Park is looking these days and what's blooming, what's changing. And so all I've ever really wanted to do was come back home. I've always wanted to be a park ranger. And so the fact that I get to be back in my hometown and be a park ranger in my most favorite park on earth and to build out this brand new program just feels like such an amazing privilege, and it's not something I take lightly. And so I'm so excited to work to build out this program and make it fit Richmond just perfectly so that every single person has an opportunity to come here and enjoy and have that sense of wonder when they leave in the same way that I've experienced here in the James River Park system. And so I'm just so excited to get started.